Hey there guys, what's going on? Chris Curtis here. In today's video I wanted to share something really powerful with you. This is StumbleUpon, and those of you who are familiar with StumbleUpon from an internet marketing perspective, I'm going to show you the other side of StumbleUpon today, because this also is a great way to come up with ideas for content. It's a great way to get content to syndicate on your blogs. There are just a ton of real useful tools that you can plug into right off of this website right here. And it is great for bookmarking, it's great for getting your site traffic, but what is so powerful about it, I'm going to show you guys. For example, if I scroll down here, I've got all of these different categories. I've got videos, I've got photos, I've got internet, design, entrepreneurship, internet tools, and that's where I want to go. I want to go to the internet tools, because a lot of times you'll find stuff that you would never ever look for. You would never ever find out there on the internet if you were just browsing around. I mean, what it does is it really stimulates ideas, and based upon your likes or dislikes, like I'll dislike this, it will choose what site it sends you to next. And if it's in the internet tools category, typically it's a tool that you can use. For example, listen to music, 42 free options for listening to music online. Sharing files, 38 free options for sharing files over the internet. 21 free options for text on your computer. Watch movies, build a website. So it's got all of these free things that you can do online, free tools that you can use on this one website that you probably would have never ever come across. So it's actually a really cool little tool, and I love Stumble. Like, I love stuff like this. So what I'll do in this one is I'll like it, and what it's doing is it's narrowing down my likes and my dislikes based on what I'm seeing. And you can go into all of these different categories. Google to buy Hulu for $2 billion, rumor mill grinding. Okay, here's the idea for content. Okay, if you want content for your blog, and your blog is related to internet marketing, it's related to network marketing, read through this article and get the dirt on the deal, and this gives you something to talk about. And then when people come across your blog, you look like the expert of experts, because you're out there talking about it before the news sites are. And this is where news sites, a lot of news sites like CNN, Fox News, they get a lot of their content from out here on the internet, on these blog sites that nobody ever reads. Bloggers have a lot of power in the world, and you can actually make a lot of money doing nothing more than blogging. I mean, you can blog and make a killing. And if you have a business like GBG where you're selling a tangible product, in addition to all of the little banners and affiliate links you might have on your blog, it's just very, very powerful to be plugged into an opportunity like this, because the more content you're putting out there, the more traffic you're generating, because Google loves unique content. If you were to read this article and categorize it correctly and put it in your blog with the right tags, and it was unique, Google would spider this site and it would put it up in the relevant content category, because it's news. Okay, that's what Google likes. Google likes, as a matter of fact, I was reading some articles on the new Google algorithm, and the new Google algorithm called Panda, it's really punishing sites that have a lot of affiliate links on them, but news related sites that are updated continuously with new and fresh content. And if you'll notice, my blog my blog isn't just sitting there anymore. I'm taking advantage of Panda. Okay, those of you who've been plugged into my blogs for a while or whatever, usually I just have auto-syndicated content. I'm kind of lazy, sit back. Well, not anymore, because I found out that if you're posting relevant content, and the internet has always been about relevant content, but now so more than ever. And it's also now more than ever about social media integration. So you need to have Google plugged into your website. You need to have Facebook. You need to have Twitter. You need to have the sexy bookmarks, where people, when they come across your bookmarks, they share them to the social networks, because in the future your site's rank in Google is going to depend as much, or if not more, on the social networks you're linked to and the following you have in those social networks than it is based on PageRank. And that's why the future is so exciting for people. I mean, you know, with these bills that are getting ready to be passed or not passed in Congress, there are pros and cons to the bills for average people. Now, for the big internet companies, it's a con all the way around, and that's why you see them really, you know, promoting to knock down the legislation or whatever. But for the up-and-coming people who are just now getting online, this could be a brand new tidal wave of money being generated in the marketplace. So there are pros and cons. There are negatives to it for sure. Censorship is a huge issue, but at the same time, when you have sites out there that are syndicating a bunch of filth, you know, I mean, why? There's a line. You know, there's a line there. And it's something that really is personal preference more than anything else. But I will tell you, it's exciting. The way Google is structuring itself, more about social media, more about relevant content. Instead of the backlinks coming to your site, it's more about how relevant your site is to your market or your demographic. And it's a lot less based on page rank than it ever was before. And as a matter of fact, through the new algorithm, your page rank is going to be determined by your social presence. Okay, and what they're doing is over the next 12 months, they're implementing step by step new features to the Google Panda algorithm that are going to do more and more. Like, if you go to Google right now, for instance, and I'm sorry I'm getting off track, but this is an important topic. You're going to learn a lot from this. If you go to Google right now and you type in a keyword phrase like network marketing, for instance, okay, over here to the left, it already is classifying content that has been listed within the past hour. Okay, so in the last hour, these are the sites that have stuff on network marketing. In the last 24 hours, these are the sites that have content on network marketing. And what it's eventually going to do is it's going to integrate all of these into the most relevant content at that time. So what's going to end up happening is the Google results are going to change. Bam, 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 bam. What site is listed number one at one time may not be listed number one 5 minutes later. So those who are putting content out there on the internet constantly, and the content is unique, it can't be content that's republished, because Google is literally, they've come out with the technology where they can tell what article was posted on what website first, and they're trying to get rid of all the duplicate content in Google. So no longer are you going to have a Wikipedia article that's on 10 different websites with the same keyword phrase. It's going to clear all that junk out and get the most relevant sites to the top of the search engines based upon the time that they posted and based upon the content that they're posting. Okay, so that's really good information to know. And I believe I came across that information on StumbleUpon. So you want to talk about an investment tip? I mean, Hulu or whatever the site's name is, if it's right, you know, I mean, you might want to call the company and see if they're public, and if they're not, find out if you can invest, because anything that Google invests in seems to really take off. So anyway, guys, this is how I use StumbleUpon, and you've got all the different categories. Coming up with content ideas is really great. If you want to change the category, just come up here to the arrow, and entrepreneurship, for example, will go into that category. And this is where you're going to get a lot of great articles, a lot of great personal development stuff, personal development videos, like this: 5 mistakes entrepreneurs make while raising capital. So what you would do is you'd read through this article, and you would get education. You'd get educated on the 5 mistakes that entrepreneurs make when raising capital, but you also have inside of your head now content ideas for your own blog and value that you can bring to the marketplace just by reading this stuff. So you take the Dragonsoft, naturally speaking software, like I showed you the other day, you open up your blog platform and you start talking into it, and it's going to definitely give you a lot of traction on the internet and change your life. It could absolutely change your life if you take this seriously. And the whole purpose of this, obviously, is to get you to join me in GBG. And you know, this little piece of advice alone, unless you're already using StumbleUpon for this, is well worth the price of the vitamins. So I recommend that you try it. Take the 30-day health challenge at the very least. But if you're plugged into the GBG opportunity and you use tactics like this to come up with content and to generate traffic, guys, you're gonna the sky is the limit, because GBG truly is still ground floor. And in the United States, if you were to go ask 100 people, hey, have you ever heard of the GBG vitamin? 100 people are probably going to tell you no. So wide open market saturation is not even close to being there yet. GBG has grown at an average steady rate and really hasn't had a lot of internet marketers, and it really hasn't had until lately the kind of look that is attractive to people coming into the marketplace. Like, the products have always been awesome, but just lately, as we've upgraded the look of the GBG website and the tools that the GBG family team offers, and GBG's starting to integrate social media and all this other stuff, the hype is building and the tidal wave is coming, and there has never been a better time to get involved. So thanks for watching, and I hope it was an enjoyable few minutes for you, and I hope you learned a lot, and I'll of course see you again.